Hello people watching YouTube. Just going to take you through my Bergen today and some of the mods that I've done to it. It's a Lowe Alpine Saracen Dutch military Bergen. Comes with 100 litres in the main body, and as most military Bergens, it's got side pouches which are 10 litres each. But they actually came with D-loops on the top, and the system, the yoke that the Dutch use, I wasn't particularly impressed with. So I was able to change the rocket pouches on the side for the British Army version. As I take you through, you'll see a couple of the advantages of that. So on the side, the Dutch one just had a couple of D-loops there and there, and their yoke system, which is what turns the two of these into a Daybag of 20 litres capacity, isn't quite as comfortable or sturdy as the British Army version. Yet because they attach in the same way, which is by these zips on the side, although as you can see the Dutch one is ever so slightly longer, but no matter, because once this is packed out in here and everything's cinched down. I've only got it loosely packed at the moment. Once it's all packed up, it's very sturdy, stays on no problem. So the preferences with Bergens either tend to be that people either like quite a smooth exterior with not a lot of straps, and if you're in a tactical or a jungle environment where you're trying to creep through trees and you don't want to snag yourself on stuff, then that's great. I'm kind of the opposite preference, in so much as the more straps and attachment points, etc., the more of that the better for me, and this Bergen's got it all. It's quite a rare find. Took me a while to get hold of one, but it's definitely worth it. Talking about the straps then, for a start, I use these external ones up here just to hold my camo net, because quite simply I'm not worried about snagging myself on stuff. With 120 litres capacity, I'm not going to be sort of creeping long distances through thickets and stuff, and this camo net for concealment during wild camping just bolts straight onto the back. Doesn't matter if it gets wet and dirty, because the more debris on it the better for concealment. So that straps onto the outside. I've got the British rocket pouches, as I mentioned, which I'll show you their assembly in a second. And what I've often found about Bergens, you get the main compartment and then you get the side compartments, and you can do a certain amount of admin stuff up here, although this is better to keep your poncho or your Gore-Tex, your rain layer basically, so it's quick access, just whip it straight out. And you don't usually have a lot of pockets and stuff, so I've actually attached, this is the Karrimor Special Forces side pocket, the same attachment with the zip as the rocket pouches, except for attaching it to here I've just used the ice pick attachment of the Bergen, going through what would normally be the clips on the top there, and at the bottom I've just used, see if we can see, the Karrimor's own attachment straps to go through the molly straps which are on the front of the Bergen, because the whole of the front of this Bergen is full of molly straps for the very purpose of attaching pouches like this. So in here I keep admin items, and in here I keep my first aid kit so that it's on the outside, easy to get to, and easy to tell someone where it is. Features of the Bergen itself. One of the reasons I love it, for a start, people often say it's a bit more comfortable than the British Army version, and one of the reasons for which is that it's so infinitely adjustable. I mean, as well as the standard bag strap adjustments and stuff like that, you can actually adjust the height of the whole yoke by untethering this, which is fed through here, and I don't know if you can see there, but there's various slots, and you can actually fit the bag straps in at any height along there. Cinch it down, close this butt pad back up, back pad, whatever, and you've adjusted the whole height of the bag. It's also got very thick hip padding and a very big hip bolt clamp. So once you've adjusted it correctly to your height and size, it's actually really comfortable, and you can carry a hell of a lot of weight at not too much cost to your own comfort. So we've got the handle on this side, which is the main grab handle, but for picking it up evenly with the other hand you can use the front handle. It's also got a floating lid, which means that there's 3 adjustments here, there, and on the other side, as well as the 2 which clip the lid down. And what that means is, rather than just, if you were to fill it up, rather than just having loads of stuff sticking out there, the whole lid actually raises and lowers down so that you can get even tension downward, rather than just having stuff spilling out the front if you've loaded it up, which you can do, because although it says it's 100 litres, I believe if you were to utilise this inner drawstring, this is the exterior drawstring, I prefer to keep it all neat like this if possible, but it's good to know that you've got all this extra capacity on top combined with the floating lid to give you, I don't know, an extra 10 litres at least. Just a little extra mod I've done there here. Got myself a light so I can see what's in it, and again we've got this extra space on top. Also, another great feature about it is that you can access the main compartment from the bottom as well. Under here is a zip, and I keep, well, I'll show you in a minute, I keep my shelter kit in there, and that's kind of separated off from the rest of the main compartment with another one of these drawstring dividers inside there. So you've got a whole separate access to the main compartment. So when I'm setting up camp, dump the Bergen down, I don't have to disturb any of my main gear that I've got in there. I can just open this up, I've got everything I need for the shelter in the bottom, whip it out, set up my shelter, then I can loosen the drawstring, sorry I've got a bit of camera strap there, loosen the drawstring and let everything fall down to the bottom should I need to carry it off somewhere. But I don't normally need to do that because, as I've mentioned, I make up, sorry the video cut out there, as I've mentioned I usually turn the rocket pouches into a day bag and just leave that in the car or in my hammock with my clothes in, so anything I need for the day can go in here. I'll give this a go one-handed, so I'll show you what how we set that up. So as you can see, that unzips rather. Also, another great feature of this is that you've got this pocket down here, so I've got the cleaver in there, bivvy poles, and on the other side got my Karrimor water bladder, which just comes out and sits nicely on the straps on the top there. And I keep that connected via the compression straps on the side and on the bottom through the D loops that come with the Camelback, and I keep it clipped to the top of the rocket pouch with the top D loops, so that if I am making up the Daybag, it's just merely a question of unzipping it, detaching these two, and then both the Camelback and the rocket pouch will come off in one piece. And then in the back, I forgot to mention, in the back of the Karrimor SF Special Forces pouch unit, it's got its own sort of sleeve pocket, and so I just keep the yoke to make up the day pack for the rocket pouch. So I'll just rig that up and I'll come back to you with that. Right, so now the rocket pouches are off the Bergen. They've come off the side, there's the top. It's simply a question of zipping them together. As you can see, I've left the Camelback attached, and then we essentially lay the yoke over the top to create the bag, the Daybag. So at the top here, I just detach where it's clipped to itself and clip it to the yoke. And again on the side, these bottom ones clip down. Where have we gone? These bottom ones clip down here. And then the straps come round and clip to the bottom outer corners. Hope you can see that. So now we've got ourselves a Daybag with built-in water supply. And you can even take the Karrimor pouches and put them in the middle between the two, to make a sort of three rocket pouch Daybag for extra capacity. But it's not often that I need to do that, so I just stick with the standard system. So as well as having a better yoke, I prefer the British pouches because they've got a stronger zip, and they've actually got more capacity. Although both claim to be 10 litres each, I found that the British version had right, sorry, battery died again. Basically I was saying, yeah, I prefer the British ones because the zips are better on them. They had a thicker waterproof, more durable waterproof coating. The Dutch version was a sort of flexible plastic which looked like it could rip quite easily, and as I said, there's a bit of extra capacity in here, so those were a bonus in addition to the yoke system being better. The contents of the Bergen itself obviously varies depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going, but those are the mods I've made, and and so that just gives you a little bit of an appreciation for how I pack it, and a bit of an overview of the Bergen. If you've got any questions or suggestions, then please give us a comment. Feel free to like and subscribe, and more stuff coming up soon.